Hey, I'm Grizzly Greg. We get rowdy, like to break stuff. Whoa! Woo! Hold on, Justin! Take a minute to check out my sponsor, Pandemic Performance, for all your performance needs. Thanks for watching. All right, everyone, we're back in the garage. Good night to be in the garage. Woo! -8 degrees here in Outagamie County, Wisconsin. Holy man. So, since the last video, you probably saw on my Facebook, if you follow my Facebook, that I did finish up the first try Moto 200. My garage today when I got home from work was probably about 15, maybe 20 degrees in here, and it just took a dozen pulls to get started, but she started. Right now it's probably about 40 in here, but it's only been 40 in here for not even 15 minutes. But yeah, as you can see, I took on a project here, 2510 Mule. I don't know if it's the late 90s, early 2000s. KAF 620A, that's kind of what I've been going off of, but the owner said the transmission's going out. Transmission's out, and I said, all right. I just kind of looked into it a little bit, and a lot of cables, and does have a CVT on that side. I was like, oh, that doesn't look that bad. I have to get this power dump box assembly off, but looks like it would just lift right out pretty simply. So I was like, yeah, I'll take it on. And well, this thing has turf mode in the back, so this is for the rear differential or rear transmission. You got unlocked, and locked. So with unlock, it wouldn't move unless you had four-wheel drive on. When you have this locked, it would move with the four-wheel drive off. With four-wheel drive on, it would move either way, obviously. But so something to do with the right-hand side was bad. Well, I get it all up on jack stands and whatever, and I just so happened to kind of kick that tire on the back right-hand corner here, and the tire moved. It moved like that, and I'm like, well, that ain't right. Castle nut was loose. That one on right here. Here's the brake drum. I don't know if you can see in the light here. Let me turn the screen back on. There's supposed to be splines all the way through there. The only splines on the thing are right on the end. This whole thing was full of metal shavings. You can kind of see some of them still on the ground here. The rubber cap that went over the castle nut, that was packed with metal shavings. So, unfortunately, it's not a transmission. Well, fortunate for the customer, unfortunate for me. I was kind of hoping to have a nice rest of this winter project here. But, yeah, turns out that it's just that. Measly $100 part. And then the roof fell off on the way home. Comes with these like hard plastic U-shaped mounts in 4 spots. So I ordered a set of them used on eBay there. Them are coming, and that's the only thing I got to fix on that. So that'll be out of here in no time. And then Tri-Moto number 2 is right outside the door here. We're gonna get that going. Also, my airbox on my Grizzly has a hole cracked outside. I think it's right here. Like, this part is gone. So I got this huge opening on my airbox that I gotta just fill with, what's it called, gasket maker. So over the weekend I got another airbox cover down from the shelf there and got this all finished up. So got that all 2-part epoxied in. Let me tell you what, 2-part epoxy quick set. Love this stuff. I've been using it for years. This stuff holds better than PVC glue. I'm not even kidding you. PVC glue, when you're trying to glue these together, it's nuts. So it dries clear. I usually give it 48 hours to totally cure, especially in the cold weather here. And then I always throw a little dab on top here, because when you slide my vacuum hose over and put a hose clamp here, at least the hose clamp has something to hit here. So on the bottom it has that lip. that it'll squeeze, so it's not that big of a deal. But then you just gotta fill all this in. You gotta pre-drill this acrylic stuff. Put 2-part epoxy all around that, and that should be nice and sealed up. I'm gonna use the belt box O-ring to go right in here, all the way around there, but I'm gonna cover this with gasket maker before I clamp it on. So then we should be good for another season. But that's what's been going on in Grizzly Greg's garage. Tri-modal number 2. One rear tire is good, one back rear tire is good. Front tire I got to order, and then I got to get it running. And the transmission shaft is broke off. The shift shaft coming out of the transmission. I just had my good buddy here that does welding for a living. He's a pipe fitter, welds all kinds of stuff, and it's broke off flush with the case, right where the seal is. So he goes, it ain't gonna hold. He just refused to do it. So I'm gonna probably have to tear apart that 200 tri-modal electric start one and get the shaft out of there. I looked at the part numbers; they're the same between the two models. So I'm probably gonna have a white table set up here as soon as this is out of here. I'm gonna have 3 3-wheelers in here with 2 engines on the table, and I'm gonna be taking both engines apart to get everything together. So we'll see. I see the gasket sets ain't that expensive, and that shaft will be free because I'm stealing it out of the other 200s. So yeah, stick with me. I'll take you along for that journey, fixing that one up. That'll be another couple week project. So, but in the meantime, I'm hoping to get that out this weekend and get some film of me whipping some wheelies and getting comfortable on that thing. But this thing I might be keeping. I also might be selling it eventually. I don't know, but it's a fun machine for a little 200cc. So, but yeah, other than that, the next few days are supposed to be, in the negative temps. So, and plus it's middle of the week, so I'm working. So I'm gonna head over to Brandon's across the street, use his little manual tire machine, and get that tube put in that other tire for the back of the tri-modal project number 2, and I'll pick you up over there. So forgive me if I don't go step by step with this project here, but this is just a Pittsburgh manual tire machine here that Brandon has bolted to the floor. Wouldn't recommend using this like full time, but just for what I'm going to use it for, just use a couple tires. But woo!
A little rusty in there?
Yep. Bead was really rusty, so you just had to work it back and forth for a while. I always use some soapy water. If you got some special compound, that's best. But as you can tell, this tire is pretty much junk, but it's a nice little tool. There we go. As you can see, I shoved the tube in there. Valve stem's on the underside. Now we just got to pop this bead back on. I'm not going to make you guys watch this entire thing. I'll kind of show you how it works. I tighten this back down. Booyah! Need a little extra weight. Chews up the bead a little bit, but
it does. I noticed that when I was doing mine too. I'm like, this isn't the
this ain't the best thing for the bead, but gets the job done when you're just throwing tubes in it.
Right.